shit and quit rotting. Here we go. All right, I'm ready to talk. So I wanted to start my podcast out here in Belfast, Tennessee, where I was born at and where I've been ever since until a few weeks ago when everything changed. So really, I even learned that you can't bring a box cutter on a plane. So we'll be talking about all the crazy stuff that's happened since I got into this mess, and the stuff that me and Chelsea like to do before all this happened. And I want you guys to get to know me better than Hot Tuah. No, it's Tuah. Like, you really gotta put your emphasis. Yeah, you're not saying Tuah, you're saying Tuah. You know? Like, you gotta really put your back into Tuah, you know? My first guest is gonna be somebody that's very dear to me. Miss Whitney Cummings. Make sure you hit follow on Talk Tuah wherever you get your podcast. We're releasing episodes every Tuesday. And for those of you watching on YouTube, be sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to that thing. Keep all this in. This is the key to you is don't overthink anything. Don't plan or plot anything. The key to your success is just flying by the seat of your pants and being exactly who you are. That's why I think me and you connect on a different level. I think so too. We both also find the same men in their 20s attractive. Yeah. We have the same type. Welcome back to Talk Tuah. Today I got Miss Whitney Cummings. I've already seen her, but she had to come back. I love her. And then we got our two guests down here on the floor. We have Hartley. Hartley's a little blind, but she still gets around. And then, Rue. Where'd Rue go? Right here. And then we have Rue down here. Rue's a little bit feisty, but she likes a calm environment. So she's going to be hanging out with us. And then we got Chelsea over here, and then we got Jamie, of course. Jamie's one of the women.
Sure am.
We need a white man for diversity. Exactly.
These days.
I agree. I got you a little friendship bracelet. I had to put it on so I'd keep it.
Did you really?
I'd lose it if I didn't.
Babe, come on.
Like a big sister I never had.
Oh, come on, I love you.
Oh,
this made my day.
Thank you. I hit it off with you, so I had to have you
We
back.
really did. I hope my nightmare would to create any pressure for you. I feel you're going through so much so fast. I feel we connected, and I was like, let me just not put any pressure on her.
Yeah.
She'll know where I am if she needs me.
I wasn't nervous talking to you.
Oh, good. Because afterwards you did Bill Maher, you did...
I got a history lecture from him.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I was just... the whole time. It went right over my head. I hated history in school, and I was just...
Well, what's the point of memorizing any history because we've now learned that none of it was true?
I love it.
When I grew up, I don't know if this is even what you learned in school, I learned that the Native Americans and the Pilgrims had a fun dinner.
That's what I got.
I learned that they put on their best shoes with buckles and their best hat, and they all sat down and shared maize. They had corn, and they had a cornucopia, and it went great. And
Didn't they have a turkey too?
Yeah!
They had a damn turkey.
So you got lectured about history, so you now know what to not do while hosting a podcast.
Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1962.
1492.
Okay, he didn't teach me very fucking much.
I think that most history until now has kind of been gossip, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of just like, you know what I mean?
Like, I feel like if I won a battle, I'd be like, not only am I going to tell this story, but I'm also going to say, like, my opponent was, like, fat and stupid. Like, you know, I'm going to add insult to it, too.
Yeah, totally.
Because he's not here to set the record straight.
Right, there was no way.
I won.
People are like, what if ChatGPT, like, photoshops photos? It's like, we had paintings before, where the king was telling them what to paint. I mean, that was probably worse than Photoshop.
Yeah, you're right.
Like Mona Lisa.
So, you've had Jake Paul, you've had, I don't know what order you're going to do these in, but you've had Jake Paul on?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes. So far.
Jake's pretty well.
He's a little spooky to talk to.
Really?
That's like a man, you know?
Yeah.
That's not like a little soft boy, you know, it's easy to talk to. That's a whole man right there.
Yeah,
So I was like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a little ass girl over here talking to this grown man. I was like, what the fuck talk to him about, you know?
But you knew him before, right? Were you a fan before?
Yeah, I watched him for a few years.
And what are you noticing in the difference between being a fan of someone from afar and then meeting him? Like, is it what you expected?
He was exactly what I expected. Like, he lets on like he's an asshole, and that's what I like about him. He owns up to that shit. He knows it. I got respect for him for that.
I like that.
And I can be an asshole too.
And he's comfortable with controversy. He's okay with it.
Very comfortable with that.
I think that's like one of the most important skills now is being comfortable with like letting people project onto you and like think, you know, like if you stand up for yourself, you're a bitch. If you like want to win a fight, you're an asshole. It's like, all right, just project whatever you want. I know that my identity at a certain point is kind of like a mixture of who I am and what you project onto me.
Yeah, I mean you can't please them all either. So
No, definitely not. And then Matt Rife. Met him in person.
Thanks to you, best man ever.
Yeah, shout out you, girlfriend. I got a pillow and sleep with every night. Whatever. That was a match made in heaven. Okay, let me just go on and tell you. I was reading all the comments like on our post, and they're like, "Oh, look, it's like the first look," and they're like smiling at each other. You would never see me smile at a man like that ever again in my entire fucking life. Let me just go on and tell you. You can ask her. I died.
Please
They
don't.
didn't warn us. They come and got us like from the car, and then we walked around. And they didn't say he was like right there at the fucking corner we were going around. I was like, "What the hell?" And I go around. I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh no, I haven't prepared myself what to say to this man." He's like, "Hey," I was like, "He's like, don't look me in the eyes." He's like, "Okay." He could have turned me to stone looking at him. I was like, "Oh my god."
You're in LA. You can go get Botox right now and look like a stone whenever you want.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. There's Botox everywhere.
Yeah, most people
I get a little
like-
myself. I call it Brotox when I do it.
Bro.
I get Brotox. Well, here's the thing.
wrinkles.
No shit.
Do you really get it?
Here's why, guys. Look, I'm not about to be on fucking trial here.
You did get Botox.
Let me explain. And Whitney, you can back me up here.
I don't get Botox anymore.
No, hold on. The
I
earlier
don't.
you get it,
Yep.
right? So when you start young, you're actually just getting rid of whatever wrinkles would pop up. So it's not like I'm going every week and getting shit done. It's like I went a few times. Actually went again like last month. Went like for a touch up. But yeah,
Where do you get it?
I go to Calabasas. I gotta go out there.
Where?
Oh, forehead and then crow's feet right here.
But here's the thing. Oh wow, so you still have some movement, which is good.
I have
You
tons of
should have
movement.
more though. Here's the thing. Number one, if you're a girl and you get Botox, number one, you're gonna attract pedophiles. Okay, we're all trying to stop shaving your vagina hair.
Don't stop shaving your vagina hair. I don't know where the fuck Whitney's going with this. Don't stop.
No, I realized
growing out and put
I
things
was
in it.
dating creeps the longest time, and I realized I was baiting them by having a bald pussy and Botox. Of course. Okay.
Okay, thank you for that tip.
I want people to know when I'm pissed off at them. I want them to know when I'm mad, and I realized that when I had Botox, I didn't have any wrinkles, so I would be like mad at somebody, and they'd be like, anyway, like they think I was joking. I was like, I'm serious, and I would have to subtitle my face because they didn't have any wrinkles. Or wrinkles,
Okay,
they convey information.
So I have like a bitchy face. I have like a wrinkle going through here.
Let me see. That's normal.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave mine.
At
It gives
this
me
point,
character.
wrinkles are a sign of youth.
I agree.
That's why I
agree.
decided to just stop getting Botox.
Very clever of you.
Yeah, see, you know what I do kind of want? There's you can get Botox in your armpits so that you don't sweat. Yeah. But the dermatologist said to me, okay, so you can get, I think it's like 18 shots in both one armpit, 18 and 18, so that you don't sweat. But then he was like, the sweat does have to come out somewhere, and it usually comes out in your.
And a Poochie banana? What the fuck? And a Poochie banana?
Preventative. That's why you grew it out.
Honestly, at this point, I like having
pubic hair, sweating, wrinkles, because it is just my goal in life to attract straight men, and it really deters all the gay men, and I can't date any more gay men.
Yeah, shit, if you want to come over here and munch on this ride, go for it, boy.
Yeah. If a guy looks at pubes on a vagina and is like, never mind, this is,
He's a sissy-ass bitch.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah,
I'm glad you think that way. You make me want to grow mine out like finger wave it or something. Fuck yeah, you got me rethinking every damn thing right now. Holy shit, keep going.
you know what it is? There's just something that happens when you get older. Getting older is actually kind of amazing. I thought it would I would just blow my head off when I turned 40 or something. But there's something kind of freeing about it, because like,
He's like Karen.
yeah, the guys that want to date you, they're like adults. Like, there's something really fun about it. I don't know. I'm into it.
I like the way you say that. Now I can't wait to get older.
Why not?
I mean, I think it'd be fun.
It's kind of fun. It's just sort of like, yeah, there's veins on my leg, but like,
What about it?
whatever, dude. My ankles are blue now. I'm an avatar. Sick.
I can like,
Can you jump higher?
I don't think I can jump at all. Yeah, my fake boobs have gotten too hard. If I jump.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So it actually happened because. And can I tell you something about you? I think part of the reason people love you so much because you're like ghetto Dolly Parton or something.
Yeah. I think so. That is a good comparison right there.
Trailer Swift?
Trailer Trash Dolly or whatever it is that there's this epidemic where especially white women, super privileged white women, will talk about how hard their lives are and how and when I was at this Hollywood party, the producer hugged me too long and we all have to march because a white woman was uncomfortable. My trauma, and you're like, what was your trauma? And they're like, I had to move to Canada to do this movie, and you're just like, where's the trauma used to be a word that was reserved for ER nurses, and it was a thing where blood was involved, and everyone's talking about their trauma and how they get triggered and they struggle with anxiety, and meanwhile they're from Connecticut and whatever, and you just blew by the fact this is my family situation, what? Move on.
Yeah, what about it?
It's like I'm not making this my thing.
It's like dark humor too. That's how most people deal with it.
But it's also, I don't want you to pity me, and I'm not going to try to be a victim in order to get attention, and I'm fine, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I've accepted it. Why can't you fucking accept it? Laugh at it. Move on.
I'm not going to bore the fuck out of you guys talking about how hard my life is. Everyone's life is hard.
My mama left me and she picked crack over me. Please sit here and cry.
Have you tried crack though? From what I understand, it's better than kid.
Yeah, I've never seen an unhappy crackhead.
I think I have either. They're like Superman too.
That's it. There was Lil Boozy did a video about crack.
That's my man.
He talks about how fentanyl is no good. He's like, my crackheads, they play basketball, they're athletic, they can run, they can fix a car. My crackheads are doing well.
That's so boozy of them.
Yeah.
You don't want to fight a crackhead.
I don't want to fight a crackhead.
That's like fighting one of those souped up kangaroos in Australia. They'll beat your ass. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know, those kangaroos, they look like the Jake Paul of Australia. Those kangaroos.
That's a really good comparison.
That's what he reminds me of.
Like a souped up fucking
Yeah,
kangaroo.
totally.
You don't want to fuck with
He's
them.
an animal. But so that's something that is such a breath of fresh air about you.
It is.
I
agree. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was never the biggest football fan. I honestly don't even get the rules that much. But what I do know is I like having fun and winning money. And Better Picks lets you win up to 1,000 times your money. The app is super easy and it makes it 1,000 times more fun. Just pick your favorite players or the men that you think are cute in my case and predict what they're gonna do in the game. Get them right and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. So download Better, play Better Picks. Use the code Tuah and let's hit some lineups all NFL season long. It's crazy how I said 2 words and now I'm here.
It's pretty wild.
It is.
It is pretty
I
wild.
wish I jumped on it sooner though.
Jumped on what?
Like all this. I was scared to come out of my house the first 2 weeks. Me and her both. We walked ourselves in the fucking bedroom.
That's a normal, healthy reaction.
Yeah,
I would
oh my God.
I would be worried about your psychological state. If you're like, yes, here, I knew that would work. That would be spooky.
Yeah, that would be a little spooky.
Just imagine if Chelsea said hawk to it and not you that night. Would Chelsea be sitting in that chair?
I would not have dealt with it as good as you did.
Can we hear you say it?
She don't give a fuck. It's her problem.
Let's just hear you
She
say
don't
it.
give a single fuck.
One more time?
I can't do it as good as you. You do it.
No, you do.
Hot to.
There you
You
go.
gotta put like an emphasis on like to. Not like to. Yeah, say it all together. Hot to. Hot to. Hot to. Say it aggressive. Like hot to.
Like you're mad at the day. You're mad at it.
These girls have never seen a dick, Whitney. Calm down.
I know, that's the
Will you
other
relax?
thing. You're mad.
Dance to Whitney Schneider.
You know what I think? It's easy, bro talk. You know what I think we need to do? I think we need to do I don't know, a bar crawl where we get you drunk and try to get you a slogan. We gotta get you a slogan. I feel like we could do it if we just go to Nashville a couple nights, just get wasted.
Oh, we definitely could.
Yeah, we could just sneak up on you and send some crisis actor to interview you and try to get something out. What would yours
Tell
be?
me, need to do it again. No, I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem. They wouldn't. Wonder what they're doing.
Why are you allowed to talk? You're not allowed to talk about
Maybe we are. Fine.
Yeah,
That's
why
right.
not? I mean, yeah, it's well, they might argue that you're making money off of it.
Oh, but what about that video they first posted when all this shit started? I didn't get any money off of that.
Yeah.
So they can suck my left lip.
Yeah, you should definitely just get the money if nothing else.
Yeah, they launched the merch store the next day. Haley asked them to take the video down. She was very depressed about it, and they just kind of blocked her. And
You have it all.
They blocked all my friends too, and we all have it screenshotted too. I messaged them, I was like, alright, you posted the one, you got views and everything else. Just stop. You're horrifying me. Just quit. And they didn't stop either. So they just kept going. I was like, alright, this fucking point, what else you gonna post? Picture of my ass crack? Go ahead, go ahead.
I feel so bad about it too because I was like, holy shit, I made her answer that question. And now she's beating herself up. But hey, now I'm glad.
Greatest success of all time. Yeah.
Look at us now, Chelsea.
I cannot. But it was about what you said, but it was also your energy. It was your essence.
Vodka. Exactly how that works. Vodka.
I drank plenty of vodka on camera, and I didn't become an overnight sensation.
Well, see, I say a bunch of shit like that, around my friends. I'm just,
Yeah.
how can I put it? I talk out of my ass a whole
Good.
lot. But I'm open with them. I don't have any kind of issue saying it in front of them. But when I drink vodka, I'll say it to anybody.
I think we weirdly need more talking out of our ass. I know that sounds insane because everyone online seems like they're doing that, but I actually think it's the opposite. I think everyone is doing a bad impression of themselves, or they're repeating what they heard somebody else say, or they're so obsessed about their brand, or trying to do what you did. They're trying to get a catchphrase going. They're trying to get some brand going, and it feels so inauthentic, so artificial, and it's so repellent. And then you just talked out of your ass, and it was something,
I had no intention of that.
Yeah, that's why it worked. Everyone else was running around with the intention, being like, how do I get famous off this? How do I get viral off this? And you were just,
They're in Nashville still trying to recreate it.
no one
There's interviews everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
The idea that in Nashville right now, girls get dressed up and get drunk to try to get filmed outside of a bar to get your career is so funny to me.
Get me a bottle of vodka.
Yeah, they're out there hey, I'm gonna do that. Choke. Anything?
Yeah, there you go. They take you out to see if it works. I really get
like your generation? Like, were you already kind of on social media? Like,
not really.
Okay.
Like here and there.
Yeah. How do you feel doing this? Does it make you feel uncomfortable?
No, I don't really care.
Okay, good.
I feel good about it.
Good.
It's just like I'd be reading my DMs and I'm like, oh my god, I'm posting these. This is my audience right here. Oh, it's freaky. Yeah.
Big question. Do you feel like guys try to hit on you? Like, I don't mean about this. I just mean like you're now in a situation being famous. You now have to question everybody that wants to be friends with you or date you. Have you already felt like there's a difference?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I tell them that all the time. No guy is just being nice. It's not a thing.
I'm just wants to fuck you. That's about it.
Well, it's worse now.
Yeah.
I would rather a guy use me for my body than for my Instagram. And then, so what has been the most fun like moment where you're like, okay, this is worth it?
Okay, so besides you, like the one woman that I've like been interviewed by was Caitlin Brista. I clicked with her.
Yeah, I love her.
I
She's a
love
good
that
one.
girl. Her wine, I would never shut up about her fucking wine. Her wine was the shit.
Okay, so let me ask you. I feel like as you get older, you start to realize this. You seem to know this. Does your personality change based on the liquor you're drinking? Like, I'm a different person. Vodka, wine, tequila. What's wine do?
Wine kind of makes you want to hump the couch a little bit.
You, speak for yourself.
And then dark liquor, I could probably
No
fight a
wonder
grizzly
you're
bear.
running a dog rescue. You behave like one.
Yeah.
Okay, dark liquor does what?
I could probably fight a grizzly bear if I drank dark liquor. Okay. Like Fireball, I can't drink it anymore. I either drunk cry or I get like violent. Like it's out of my hands.
Imagine what that video would have done.
Like that's where Harley comes from. That's my alter ego.
Harley.
Harley. Like you got Haley and then you got Harley.
It's just a straight up Nicki Minaj over here. She's got all her personality. So Harley, we see Harley when Harley drinks liquor. Brown
Not
liquor.
even. Yeah, I'd say brown liquor.
Okay.
You can testify that.
Champagne?
You say she's mean?
Champagne? On champagne?
Oh, I thought you said she's mean.
Oh no, sorry. You said the same thing. I said champagne.
Yeah, I'm ferocious.
Sorry.
When I drink dark liquor.
What about when you drink champagne?
Champagne's not too bad.
Okay.
Like wine, it's not too terrible either unless I'm like drinking bottles of it at a time.
Something happened when I turned like 25 where I could only drink tequila. Like that's all. I could only drink tequila or else I was just texting exes. I'm like posting things on, Twitter trying to get their attention. I'm like,
Wait,
I looked up the Scientology ships. Huh?
Back up. We posted stuff on Twitter to get their attention.
Well, when sometimes you're on social media and you're like a little, and you're like, I'm not gonna text my ex, but I'm like posting a bunch of photos that I think he'd see, which will get him to text me. Like just
He's gonna be thinking about. No, I know exactly what the fuck you mean.
Embarrassing.
I've done some shit like that.
Yeah, we're just childish. Like I started having this magical thinking where I'm like, someone I don't even want to date, someone I don't even want to get back
You
together.
want their attention.
I just want him to miss me.
Yeah, you're never gonna forget about me.
Sorry.
bitch. Yeah.
I get vengeful. I want him to know what I'm doing. I want to like whatever. So I start posting stuff. I'm like, what am I doing? I wake up the next morning. I'm like, oh god.
We're more alike than you know.
By the way, that is a compliment
Yeah, it is.
to me, not to you. So for me, I was okay. Tequila's kind of the only thing I do at this point.
Really?
I'll do wine every now and then. I would try Caitlin's wine.
I like vodka. Vodka, I'm actually pretty good on vodka. I have fun when I drink vodka.
Yeah, vodka. I'm like, we need to play charades now.
Yeah, like
I
right
get very like we're competing at something. So tell me about this animal sanctuary. This is might save your psyche.
So at lunch yesterday, it's Paws Across America.
Nice.
It's rather I'm making that. I still can't find. Okay.
So what is your strategy on what dogs you take, which animals you take, what you don't?
So we're looking for like the ones that are the worst, in
Okay.
my opinion. So that's gonna be like a big thing we're doing, looking
Okay.
for the ones that need it most.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the little ones.
Okay.
They got it good, but they could still use it. Just the ones that need it terribly bad.
Nice.
And we're doing one of those Sunday, right? That's just
Saturday and
awful.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want? I'm gonna give you my unsolicited. It's not even advice. I'll just share my experience. This is my thing. Rescuing animals is what I care about, kind of the most in life. I do high risk dogs. Staffies. I don't like to say the word pit bull because people like to take that, make it a bad word. Pit bulls get a bad rap. I have such a big bleeding heart. Well, pit bulls, if they're raised by idiots, which many idiots want to have a pit bull, if they make a mistake, they will do the maximum amount of damage, right?
Exactly.
Chihuahuas, Congress Spaniels, they attack the most frequently of any dog, but they don't do much damage, so nobody cares, right? So if a pit bull does damage, it's over, right? So anytime there's a dumb dog, there's a dumb person that's been dealing with it. So I have such a big bleeding heart. This is my thing. I did get my ear bitten off. It's been sewn back on.
Whoa.
By a dog. And
The dog sewed it back on.
the dog. So I did get my ear bitten off. So all I would say is protect your head. Protect this $1 billion face. So for me, I guess in the beginning, I was so excited to actually have resources to be able to save animals that I brought them all into my house. And I made the mistake with the dog that bit my ear off. It was my fault. Anytime a dog attacks, I usually believe it's your fault or the person who trained its fault. It's someone's fault, right? Especially a staffy because they always give warning, right? They always give you 2 chances to back off and change the circumstances, right? If they attack, it means they're fighting for their life and they feel cornered, or they think they're protecting their owner, which is why dog fighting happens. The way that they train them it's really fucked up what they do. So basically, they breed the dogs to get basically survival of the kindest, but also the kindest because they're fighting for their owner, right? So they're not fighting to kill the other dog. They think they're protecting their owner. So the ones that are the nicest are the ones that end up fighting, and those, right? So they're actually just like the sweetest dogs. It's disgusting what they do. But I had the dog sleep in the bed, and he was sleeping on my chest, which is a dominant move. He hadn't been impulse, control trained yet. And I was on the ground, and I pushed him away, and he just went to their mouth is their hands. So in the beginning, if they've been taken from their mom too young, which is very common with abuse scenarios, they basically will just grab your hand and try to pull you, and he just grabbed my ear and it just lobbed right off. So I just wish that when I was in that situation, I was rescuing elephants and giraffes and bears and anything I could. Exotic animal trafficking is a whole thing. We'll get to jokes in a second, guys. Just calm down. But I just found myself in a situation where I was just like, I'm Dr. Dolittle, I'm going to save them all. And then, a lot of crazy stuff happened. So
Dr. Doolittle's a good way to put that.
yeah, so there's times where you just gotta go like, yes, we're rescuing this high-risk dog, but like, he's not gonna sleep in the bed with me until I know more information about this dog, So it's just like playing it safe and having somebody really smart running it that goes like, okay, I'm gonna respect the background of this dog that's gone through this horrific stuff and put it in a situation where it can like acclimate slowly, Yeah. It's like volunteers who like know how to, let dogs get comfortable around humans before they like freak out and make a mistake. Because sometimes dogs that are that abused, they make mistakes.
Please tell me you named that dog Spike Tyson. Did you? Because that's a huge miss.
Named him Bingo.
That works, yeah.
Bingo's my ear. So yeah, so that was like the thing. I think like you have such a big bleeding heart, and as you can see, when it comes to like, I'm sure all the people coming out of the woodwork asking you for this and that. Like I was the person as soon as I got any resources, I was so poor for so long. I was like, here's this, ruined every one of my family relationships, like buying them cars and houses and health insurance. And then as Chris Rock pulled me aside in the hallway when I first started having anything I had, I did not understand what he was saying. Like it did not compute to me. He was like, when you lend someone money, it's only a matter of time before they start to hate you. And I was like, no, what do you mean? Like, this is going to make my mom love me, and this is going to make this sibling nice to me finally. It's like, doesn't work that way. And then I was like, okay, animals are safe. You can't love an animal too much. This is like,
Exactly. They can't help themselves either.
Yeah,
so that's why I like doing it.
Why do people start hating you when you give them money?
What's that?
Why do people start getting mad at you when you give them money?
Well, it's resentful. It's a couple things. Number one, I think my thing is it always should be a gift. It's not a loan. It never can be a loan because then all of a sudden you become the Damocles sword hanging over their head. Where every time you see them, you're a reminder to them of the thing they haven't given you or the embarrassing thing they had asked for.
Where's my money at, bitch?
Totally. And then you see them and they're like in a new pair of shoes and you're like, you can't really say. And they're like, no, someone gave me these and they were on sale. I went to Aldo and they were like $20. Like I have your money, but like, I'm gonna get you back. Don't worry. And you're like, I got to the point where I was like, it's just a gift, or I'm gonna pay the bill directly. I can't just give you cash, whatever. And then I think it's a matter of time before they start to hate you because then they start to owe you, and then the power dynamic. They gave you a power that you didn't want. You know what I mean? I just wanted to like help you out with your rent or help you out with this, and then it's like, well, now what about next month? Now what about next month? And then you become this like authority figure to them. Kind of thing. I think and then we are generous, so it makes it even worse. And then they have to go like, well, if you gave me more money, I wouldn't be in this situation. And you're just like, okay.
And you don't owe anybody shit.
I just figured that out like 20 minutes ago. I have to go. Why am I doing this? No, it's true. It was really hard for me to compute that, but I think people that are really generous, like that big hearts like you, animals is such a great place to start.
I agree. They can't talk back to you either.
Exactly. Well, they do. They communicate.
They do, but you don't understand them half the time.
Yeah.
Like, they call me a bitch? I don't know.
I don't understand humans half the time. You're like, a dog calling me, you're calling me a bitch? I mean, that's literally...
Yeah, I really sit in the floor and talk to a dog in the purse all day long.
Yeah. Okay, so you had fun with Matt Rife, you had fun with Logan Paul. Have you learned anything
Jake
from...
Paul.
What's that, Jake? Logan? Oh, God. Same diff. Same diff.
They look like really bad.
Yeah, they do, right? I like them. Why do I like them? There's something, I like the shamelessness of them.
They're blunt.
They're blunt. And you know what else I like, I appreciate, and this is the same with Tana, is like, people that grew up in public, you might kind of be one of them, I did too, but not like this. Not like, it was more like TV, like talk shows and stuff. Like, I like when someone makes mistakes, and is like, yeah, I was a kid. I was an idiot. I messed up, and like, I'm gonna keep going. Like, you don't have to like totally call it on your career. By the way, just I lasered. I have no hair on my body.
So you were talking all this shit from the outside, is what I'm hearing.
Freezing.
Rules for thee and not for me. Fucking Whitney Cummings.
Grow back. It's like sort of little Smithers hairs right now. They're kind of little ones that are kind of growing back. Because my guy, I'm finally dating a guy who's not gay, and he said one day he just floated by.
He's cool as fuck, by the way.
He's so
I
cool.
like him.
cool.
Yeah.
He's so cool. He's so cool. It took me so long to realize that what I needed in someone is someone that I'm in awe of and someone that because respect to me is the hottest thing.
I agree.
Respecting the person.
I agree.
And we respect nobody and nothing.
That's
but
fair, though.
someone that makes me the best version of myself, because I think that I was always like, for whatever reason, like whether I learned this because I grew up in a pugnacious watching divorces and stuff. I thought that in relationships you're supposed to fight with your person to like show them how smart you were, to show them how strong you were, like show them
You're calling me out right now.
Well, because we come from like when we've been picked on a lot, or you come from a tricky dysfunctional home. You're like, I gotta prove how strong I am so no one gets anything past me. I gotta make sure you don't take advantage of me. Like you on some level want them to maybe be scared of you so they don't hurt you. Like I think I was just trying to feel safe or something, or like make them respect me, which we all know you can't do that. You earn respect, you can't make someone respect you. And then I got with this guy and I was just like, I never want to argue with you. You win everything. Like I just have so much respect for him, and I never feel the need to pull that shit.
Did you make him swallow an air tag? I think Pookie needs to swallow an air tag.
This is really, really funny. You should do air tags that say Pookie. This is really funny you said this because I did date a guy who swallowed an earbud.
Same thing.
Kind of the same thing. Did he like hear everything that was going on? I've been listening. Is he talking to a bitch? Is that what I'm hearing?
I his dick and I just hear voices through his stomach.
It's like a 50 Cent song. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Mini man.
Can you turn off Rogan? He's my friend. And so I literally was like, how do you know that story? It's the one thing I haven't shared publicly, and then I just did. But yeah, but it's also the first time I've been in a relationship where I'm not thinking about where he is. You trust him. 100%. And not only that, like when we're not together, I'm like, oh, what he's doing. Like, it's weird. I'm like a fan.
That's how it should be.
I think so too.
He gets you like your little soft girl era. You don't have to be like a hard ass gangster.
No, that's what it is.
I was my gangster era.
Yeah, by the way, do it. But it's weird. I was dating this guy once, professional athlete, and I remember because I guess just because of what I do, and I thought if a guy wanted to date me, he wanted like a challenge. Because guys say that a lot. Like, and I think they believe.
No guy has ever said that.
I know.
I just want to let you know right now. No guy has said that.
And I think this is probably a guy being full of shit, trying to flirt or saying what I think they think I would want to hear.
Oh, I love a good challenge.
Guys say it. Here's the thing. I know, but guys don't hear what their guy friends say to girls. Like, you guys don't. Do you know what I'm saying? I always have to tell my guy friends, like, you know that your homies cry to us, right? And that they, it's a whole ass thing. So we see a different side of your homies than you do. And they'll be like, I want a girl who calls me out on my shit. They always say that. I want a girl that's like.
And when you do, they're like, why would you say that?
I know. And then 3 months in, you're like, hey, why do you have 2 phones? And they're like, why are you attacking me? Oh, yeah.
Whenever you're talking about this bitch, you're with me. That's my friend.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
really? And I said to him, I was like, we were arguing about something, and again, because I thought I had to like prove I was smart or strong or something like that. And then I was like, well, I thought you wanted a challenge. Like, I thought men wanted, you date me if you want a challenge. And he was
Don't
like,
say it unless you want it, because I will give you a challenge.
what man would ever want a challenge? What man would ever want a challenge? And that like blew my mind.
But
I thought it was my job to be a challenge. I don't think you guys wanted.
Yeah, you want a hard time? I'll give you a hard time.
Well, then also too, we think it's like, did you bust every guy's balls this hard, or is it just me? And then we start thinking, and it's like, so who are all these guys that just kind of got to like hook up with you and go on with their life and not deal with any of this bullshit I'm dealing with right now? So it just kind of puts it in perspective, and you're like, damn, fuck, I should maybe get out of here. Like, fuck this, I'm a little.
There's the door, bitch.
I do think though it takes a while to figure out who you are, so it's hard to know what you even want. But I spent so much time going like, I'm gonna go to therapy to learn how to be this person. I'm gonna, I go to 12-step meetings for something called Al-Anon, growing up in alcoholic home and with drug addict home. I'm gonna like learn how to be this, and I'm gonna be more patient. I'm gonna be more this, and I'm gonna wear this push-up bra, and I'll wear these shoes, and I'll act this way, and I'll laugh when he makes a joke because I tend to not laugh a lot at things because I'm a comic and whatever. I'm gonna fake laugh, and then all of a sudden I was like, I don't need to change anything about myself. I just have to be authentic, and then I'll actually attract the right person. Because when you're pretending or you're trying to be something you think they want, they're gonna be attracted to a fake version of you. And then in 6 months or a year, you're gonna be so exhausted pretending that you're gonna like fall apart one day and just like they're gonna be like, who's this person? You're like, this is me. This is the real me. And you're like, and you're not in love with me. You're in love with who I'm pretending to be. And they're like, why did you just pretend to be someone for 6 months? You weirdo.
You gotta give like maybe a 30-month free trial and be like, oh, sweet little girl, nothing whatsoever. Then once you like get them in with a hook, you got them for good. Then you can show them the real you.
Now we'll go swimming and you'll see my face for real.
And your bush.
I don't have a
Where's your bush?
I don't know, maybe I get a merkin.
What's that?
It's a wig that's pubic hair. That's a thing. But are you dating anyone yet? Are you on the apps?
Hell no, I don't know.
Okay.
Stay away from me. Men scare me. No, Bookie's still in the picture. He just hadn't took me on a date.
That's fucked up. When you told me that, I got upset.
Yeah, no, tell me about it.
What do you mean?
Like, he's not took me on a date yet.
How long have you been hanging?
It's been like on and off for like 3 years.
And you've never been on an actual date?
We just like started getting serious like a few months ago. And I still haven't been on a date.
I'm gonna say something wild.
Do it.
I'm on his side. Hear me out. How old is he?
24.
Here's what I'll say. I'm on his side, but he's doing something right by accident, not on purpose. I think that you going out right now, it could make the dynamic awkward.
Oh,
My
yeah.
dude is a public figure, and when we didn't go out in public together for, we were together, truly a year. We just started going out in public together in the last couple, and I'm so glad we didn't do it. I didn't know he was very famous, the guy that I'm with. He's very famous to people, and I would have been spooked early on. So I just wouldn't want him to see how famous you actually are.
That's spooky!
What? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Never back then.
Or like to want to have this romantic night, and then you go out, and then you get demoralized or like depressed because you can't just like have this moment with him. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it. You guys could get a boat or something.
I'm not
You know
hard to
what?
please or anything either.
Never
All you
mind.
gotta do is feed me.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
I know, but
Taco
you're...
Bell. Good to go.
Okay, cute. Have you told him that?
He did take me to Taco Bell.
Okay, well...
I ate more than he did.
Okay.
That was a lord ass.
What does he do? Is he in Nashville?
So, he works in Nashville. He does like construction stuff.
Love it. Love it.
He's like,
Let him stay.
I love a hard-working man. Got calluses on his
Yeah,
hands
you
and
cook a
shit.
meal, so when he comes home from his construction job, there's food waiting.
I mean, I could do that. I don't know. I'm weird like that. Like, you gotta earn that from me.
Okay.
I don't think he's earned that just yet.
I just don't... There's this new thing where, like, I don't know, women that are, like, think that they're empowered, or, like, I'm a feminist, I'm cook, I'm clean. I'm like,
No, I like doing that.
I'm like, what do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good bitch.
Are you just, like, a hungry, filthy bitch? What do you...
You filthy
What do
bitch.
you bring to the table,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I love to clean. Cleaning's really fun.
But that might be cute to, like... I mean, you can just, like, order in for him or go pick up your...
We did yesterday.
You know?
I haven't stayed the night with him in a while.
So we let him stay at her house.
Nice. Good shit,
I'm
Harry.
not gonna sit there and ask Granny, hey Granny, can my man stay the night? That's a conversation I'm not
Granny
trying to
would
have
not
with
care.
Granny.
I know Granny would care.
I don't know, it weirds me out.
Fair enough.
So he can't sleep over. Yeah, he can sleep in another room.
I don't
downstairs.
think she'd care, but I don't want to have the conversations, all it is.
I don't mind that. I like that.
I
I
just
like...
like, that's Granny. Granny thinks I'm like a pimp, you know?
You know what I appreciate? A moral compass.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate a capacity for shame and embarrassment.
Is the real reason you haven't slept over at his house is because you're scared to clog his toilet in the morning? Is that what this is really all about?
Okay, just because we figured out that I'm, what do you even call it?
Lactose intolerant?
Lactose
Full of
intolerant.
shit?
I am full of shit. Both ways. Yeah, I probably would clog the toilet.
But you gotta just make a Starbucks run, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Get out
always
of
have a shit plan when there's a sleepover. That's
But
like
let
rule
me hear
number
what's
one.
your shit plan, Jamie.
You want to hear my shit plan? It's actually fucking great.
This is so
I live
cool.
right up the block from here. So if there's ever a situation where I have to shit really bad and I'm with a girl, I always go, oh my god, there's an emergency at the office, like someone's stuck in the garage. I'll be right back, just stay here, I'll be right
A lot
back.
of people still do phones like
Yeah,
that.
right, like it still works like that. And I'll just come here when no one's here and just come upstairs and shit and then go back home. I'm like, yeah, I had to let, my friend out of the garage, everything's fine, let's go back to sleep. That's what I do. I come here every time.
Well, see, my issue, I'm sure his bathroom, well, his old apartment, I'm sure he's fixing to move into his new one. I don't know where his bathroom is just yet, but his other bathroom is like right in the bedroom. And you can hear me a mile away when I'm in there holding on to the freaking toilet seat in the damn wall.
Turn the shower on, dude. That's my move, the shit shower. It's like a good transition. They won't know anything's
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that's smart. So it's like you close the door, turn the shower on, do your shit, have perfume in there with you. But if they have a fan, that's better.
You remember that game I mentioned beforehand where you can win up to 1,000 times your money? Well, turns out it gets even better. Better Picks is offering a deposit match up to $200 and a free pick for all new users. So basically, if you put like $200 in, they match it. That's $400 right there. If you haven't downloaded Better and started playing yet, do it right now and get your deposit match. Throw that thing in the lineup and let's get a ton of money this NFL season. Have you ever had to shit at a man's house?
Yeah, just shit. Oh, you're trying to hide it.
Real shit.
We got it!
Yeah.
It's gonna make her as famous as they are.
Holy shit!
I
I'm not saying it's called shitting with Chelsea.
I'm in! See, he's hot too. Spit on that thing. I'm hot
It's
too.
a shit on that thing.
Shit
on that thing.
Okay, maybe not that. Respect.
Yeah.
Just stab. Yeah, I mean, that is...
Jamie, what do you do? Oh, I manage spit girl and shit girl. What do you do?
Two Girls, One Cup was very
Okay,
big.
be so proud.
You guys missed the opportunity to represent those hot tub
I
girls.
seen this girl post a TikTok and I was like, yeah, sure, hot tub girl was like onto something, but she said she spits on it. Well, I fart on it. And I was like, what?
Yeah, that was a hilarious video, by the way.
Yeah, I'm friends with a lot of male comedians. Farting porn is a big thing where girls just fart. And
Like a queef or like
it's like a fart out of their butt. Queefing, I'm sure, is a thing too. I haven't dabbled in that yet. Also, by the way, sorry to make such a hairpin turn here. I was given tea tree oil to give you for your warts.
Who the fuck gave her that?
Yeah, I hate that this is in my pocket. Is this for genital warts or?
It's actually blue waffle. I'm kidding. No, I'm bullshit. No, there's one on my foot. I don't know what the fuck it's from. Probably the airport before I figured out to wear socks in that motherfucker.
Why do you look at me like I'm in charge of the airports? I don't know what that
Nobody
is.
told me how to take my shoes off. At the TSA?
Oh yeah, Haley's first flight ever, Whitney, by the way. Her first flight she ever went on was like 3 weeks ago now, maybe a month ago.
So you had never flown before you went viral?
No, and everything in my damn carry-on.
She brought a knife.
Actually, it was 2 knives and they got confiscated.
You brought knives to the airport.
Yeah.
You got a little girl going out here somewhere she's never been unarmed. You lost your fucking mind.
You brought weapons into TSA in 2024.
You're like, ma'am, what's this? I was like, you can keep it.
Do you? Okay, I know you don't care that much about history, but do you know about 9/11? Did you ever hear about this? I mean, dude, you going to the air, that is like Cat Williams level bonkers, dude. Like, this is like Dr. Dre doesn't bring knives to the airport. I respect this. So they took your knives.
Well, I'm always like in a panic. If I'm like in a big crowd of people, I'm like watching what's going on around me.
As you
You
should.
can't tell about people nowadays. You gotta worry about people trying to kidnap you and every fucking thing else, trying to hurt you.
Yeah, you look exactly like the girl in Taken. I mean, this is like,
You look easily kidnapped, yeah.
this is what traffickers look for.
It's not hard to
I
pick up and
know.
toss me in a fucking van and scooch off with my ass.
That's it.
And now I got no more hot good for you.
Runaway train never coming back.
Yeah.
You had a box cutter?
Johnny got rid of it. I'll take that, actually.
Like, this isn't anything. This isn't your Hollywood fucking managers that get Botox are giving you fake witch serum for your wart. You gotta go to CVS and get like a Dr. Scholl's thing to burn it off.
No, it's gonna hurt.
It's not gonna. What that is a lady that lives in first of all, stop going to Erewhon. Okay, like
I went one time.
We're not gonna be MC Hammer where you make all this money and you get successful and then you're going to Erewhon and spending $200 on a fucking burrito.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
I would never not think I would live in poverty anymore. Like, you asked me to go, I don't know, shopping and spend $30 on a shirt, I say you're fucking crazy.
As you should, because the more money you make, the more money you spend. And when you get that first tax bill, you're gonna realize you don't have as much money as you think.
I done got a whole laid out of it, like the other day at our bank meeting. I'm like, shit, taxes are fixing to eat me.
Yeah, but you're in Nashville as your primary residence.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
The amount of money
It's not terrible, but it's
They bent us over out here on the West Coast.
Yeah, so it helped me when my business manager told me any amount of money you have half. Whatever number you see, you have half, right? With agents, managers, you're paying everyone, and then anytime you look at what something costs, just multiply it by 3. And that's how much it really costs. So this sweater's $50. Oh my god, it's actually you have to earn $150 to be able to afford it. So that really helped me, because every time I leave Erewhon to get groceries, I'm like, that was a laptop.
who the fuck got beat up on about taxes?
Well,
sick of this
if
shit.
there's a next round of January 6th, I feel like you'd fit right in storming the Capitol. I feel like you just take that pillow, wear it as a hat, and you just go in and let them know.
I'm sick of you and I'm sick of your bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you think?
I find that money, I don't get to keep any of it.
No, back to Erewhon. That was a crock of shit.
Here's the thing, some of the food is good. It's not $20
Exactly.
for a smoothie good.
Well, Erewhon's like my favorite nightclub in the city. The one good thing about that place is that's just you'll find the best looking women maybe on planet Earth.
Yeah,
at all
it's a bad
times.
bitches.
Yeah.
But they're bad with money. Yeah. Bad with money bitches. So if you go to Erewhon and see a hot chick, that is a red flag because they're in debt from buying Hailey Bieber's cum smoothie, whatever the fuck that is.
That's why it's so expensive, Haley. You didn't know.
What's in there? Oh, not your smoothie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, look, a lot of men that are gold dig, they want to be gold dig. That's the thing. That gets
Yeah.
chicks. A lot of them, you're like, why is all your photos, your watches, and your cars like this is what you're leading with, this is what you want? You know, transactional. You're using her for her body, she's using you for her money. It seems like
I don't know if I could ever do that though. I had to make him like put a bag over his head or something. Because let an old man try to kiss me, I'm gonna sucker punch that bitch right in the mouth. Fuck that.
What's the whole point of making money? Is that you never have to be in a relationship you don't want to be in. The best thing about having money as a woman is you get to date broke guys. They're so much better at sex. They're so much nicer.
Yeah.
You get to date like a painter.
I'm not like you though. I don't want anybody like getting close to me like that either.
Yeah, dude, but then if it's a good person, it's actually a good thing, is what I'm learning now.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's
kinda
good to be
nice.
careful. I think it's good to be really careful. I don't think you can move slow enough. I think every relationship I look back on, I'm like, if I just moved a little slower, I would have realized like we're just meant to be homies. We should have just been friends. And we like started sleeping together, and then you get chemically addicted then, and then I've been in so many situations where I love someone, but I don't like them. I'm like, I'm chemically addicted to you. Like, I love you, but I don't want to hang out with you. I don't like talking to you.
Real shit.
What?
My ex-boyfriend. That's kind of how that
I love you, but I don't like you. We have to be homies too, you know?
Yeah. Me and him were really good friends before that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does your new guy think of all this?
Me and Pookie?
Yeah.
I asked him yesterday, I was like, I bet you feel like you're on top of the world, don't you? And he was like, I don't know, I don't really think about it much. And I was like, well, I mean, I don't act any different than I did before.
Of course. It's just going to work.
But he's on a little pedestal now.
Come on.
It's good that he's not from here, because an LA boy would take that. He'd be posting everything. Oh, I'm dating hot too. I mean, it would be.
He'd get humbled very quick.
Well, here's the problem with LA. You're from LA.
I'm from here, yeah.
You're one of the few, though. Here's the thing. I don't think it's the people from LA. I think it's the people that come to LA
100%.
and the people who grow up here don't care about famous people. They're like, we've seen it all. I went to high school with them. You know
Literally,
what I mean?
yeah.
You know, so it's the people that move to LA are all the prom queens, the people that go out of their way to seek fame and they're obsessed with it, right?
That's what I like about
Exactly.
here. The one thing I do like about being here, it's too big, but you can walk down the street and everybody just does not pay you.
No one cares.
attention.
No one cares.
Exactly. I love it.
No one cares. Because everyone thinks they're the celebrity.
Please take the
By the way,
spotlight.
oh my
Please.
God, Kathy Griffin does the funniest thing. I don't know if you know, she's a comedian. Like, you know, she talks about celebrities. You know, she did the show called Life on the D-List. She's a sort of big comedian. And she got in a lot of trouble because she held up a head of Trump, and it was kind of a whole saga during the pandemic. The point is, she has this really funny thing where she says, say congratulations to anyone on the street in LA, and they will say thank you. And I was like, oh, come on, whatever. She's like, no, try it. Like, as a famous person. Like, she would just be on Hollywood Boulevard and just some random person. She was like, hey, congratulations. Some random girl, like 25, like, thank you so much. Thank you. Like, she probably went on a commercial audition that day. Like, everyone in their head is, like, famous and doing so well. Like, if somebody famous says to you, congratulations, and you're like, oh, thanks.
What did I tell you, Arlene? I was like, I like how it smells up here. And she was like, what do you mean by that? I was like, well, it smells like pot and it also smells like crushed dreams. I kind of like that.
You're coming to play. LA is now just kind of this weird, like, Black Mirror simulation now. It's like China's bought every building, and it's all just like weird, empty, like money laundering schemes. Like, it kind of like something like you're missing like the Standard Hotel and like House of Blues is closed down. It's kind of a weird vibe.
Did you grow up here or no?
No.
Yeah.
I'm DC. I'm like Virginia. Yeah, but it's like Jim Belushi died at the show. Like, people were just dying all the time. It was sick. You know, with John Belushi. Look, all white men look the same to me. And okay, Jim Belushi is Yes Dear, right? Or
That's his brother, right?
That's not the Bush brothers, the younger brother. John Belushi's a legend.
right. We got it. John Belushi's the one that died. Okay, I just shut down my mind. And then Joaquin, wait, which is the Phoenix?
River.
River's the one that died. I conflate brothers. I don't think more than one sibling should be famous. Alec and Steven and Billy. I couldn't pick them out in a lineup to save my life.
So how did you get roped into this? Like, how did you start out?
bad childhood. Yeah, like every entertainer, my parents were alcoholics and ignored me. I mean, I'm not even really joking, because when people ask me, like, what did you do to get this? I'm like, I did start with a very big, like, God-sized hole that was, like, trying to get approval from alcoholics, you know? I was trying to make alcoholics laugh. I was trying to make people on drugs, like, calm down and stop yelling. I was trying to keep the mood light because everyone was fighting, and, you know, that's kind of what stand-up is. You go in front of a bunch of drunk people and you try to make them laugh and cheer them up, you know? So I you know, when people say, like, I don't understand stand-up, I'm like, okay, like, you know, let's first make sure your childhood was terrible. You know, we have a joke, a friend of mine is a comedian, Amy Letterman, and she talks about, like, you know, going through, like, childhood trauma and stuff, and we joke that, like, if you've been, like, molested as a girl, it's like doping in sports. It's like, you have an advantage, like, the more trauma you have, the funnier you end up being. But I, you know, studied theater in college and all that kind of stuff. I've studied journalism as well, which journalism used to be this thing where individuals would tell the truth about what was happening in the world. It ended like 10 years ago. But now the news is actually fiction. And all media is documentaries that are the truth. It's like completely flipped. But studying journalism, I think, was kind of my way subconsciously. Like being a comedian, you're kind of like a silly journalist in a way. You're like talking about current events. You're trying to like investigate things and figure things out. And it's also a little bit like being a lawyer. Like I always say in comedy, you say something that's not true and then you prove it. You know, like I was like, do I want to be a lawyer? Do I want to be a journalist? And I remember I got an internship at a news station. Again, the news used to be this thing where people would tell the truth about events. So I got an internship at a news station, and they let me read the teleprompter to like make a video to like send around to try to get like a job or something. And they let me read the local news, which local news is always insane, right? It's always like, is lead poisoning your children? Find out after the break.
Was it something with lettuce a few weeks ago I was saying?
No,
like a dirty ass lettuce? Yeah, everybody getting sick from it?
Yeah, totally.
At all things.
But they're just trying to keep you watching, so there's like as sensational and insane as possible, and all the men are in drag, the women are in blackface.
That's what Big Sugar wants you to think, that lettuce is bad for you.
Big Sugar?
Yeah, it's a whole ploy by Big Sugar.
Big lettuce sugar.
Big lettuce is fucking taking a massive hit.
And so I was reading it, and it was some like horrible story about a kid that got kidnapped, and something just awful. And they show a picture of the kid, and it was, I mean, look, when you grow up the way you grew up, I grew up, like horrible things, we just have to laugh. It's
that's how to deal with it, though.
It's how we cope. Does it mean I'm happy that a kid disappeared? But it was like, oh, this kid, ran away from home, and they showed the picture, and he was a bigger kid, and I was like, whoever kidnapped him must be very strong. Like I was just like making jokes, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, who would have kidnapped him? Like whatever. I get why I couldn't run away. Like I just kept making jokes, and they were so horrified. And I have a sense of humor. I've been sitting there smacking my knee laughing like a. Let me just go and I was like, I guess like objective journalism is just not for me. And I have like emotional dyslexia. When you grow up with horrible things, you use humor to cope. So it's like other people that laugh at funerals and that feel uncomfortable when things are fun. I'm like,
I hope we never have to go to a funeral together because I cannot sit beside you.
God, we'll just be like, at least we'll be crying, not like. You'd be surprised how many people, like my dad's funeral, we were dying laughing. Like it's just like
that's how a funeral should be. I feel like if I die, that's how I want my funeral to be.
I think so too.
Yeah, skip around my casket, do something. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I want to do so many pranks at my funeral. I want to have a closed casket and then have like someone jump out. I like want to have them like fly my body in. There's so many things. Like my funeral, I cannot wait to die so I can do a wild funeral.
I want like a dance party at mine.
Yeah.
And then I want like a big green screen, like all my best moments. I'm gonna be like butt chugging a fucking beer or something. I don't know. I want to go out with a bang. Remember me like this. Don't remember me like this, fucking my casket.
You're gonna live for a really long time. I feel like. Yeah. You're like.
So if it ever happens to me, I want to live through you.
Through me?
Yeah.
How do you know if you're in love with somebody?
Don't look at me, man.
Don't look this fucking way.
I know, love's a strong word.
It is a strong word.
I'm not like a lovey-dovey kind of person. I don't like talking
You think that now? You're a lot like me. Just wait.
I
Just wait.
was like that too.
I love the thought of that.
But a dog you've never met. I love you. Exactly. Yeah, that's how I was too.
Exactly.
But I do think I think a lot of people jump to it too fast. I think, and you're probably, you withhold, which is like,
oh, Buster, back it the fuck up.
That's okay, because I also think that like love is a word you can't take back, and also once you bring that into it, my guy makes fun of me about it because I'm so unromantic like this, but it's just because I don't, I said I love you before and I didn't know what I was saying. I've heard I love you before, but didn't feel loved, which is so confusing. And I think a lot of times that phrase is just used to like shut you up. It's just, but I love you. But I love you. And
I love you too.
But I feel like you're trying to shut me up. When like you're arguing with someone, like I love you, okay? And you're just like,
yeah, shut up.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, right. And but I love you. But then you would have done that thing. But now you're saying I love you to try to erase that it happened. Like this is. And so I told my dude, I was like, don't tell me you love me. I'll let you know when you love me.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I feel loved.
I got one more question for you. What is your biggest turn on?
Dude, I love a trashy tattoo. And honestly, preferably another woman's name. A Tina, a Trina.
I bet you like bite on it, don't you?
I want there to be a mole. Like a girl's face, like a hot girl, there's a mole with like a hair coming out of it. I'm like, could you pluck the mole coming out of the girl's face? I love it like a canceled tattoo that's like a Redskins, like a chief. You know what I mean? Just a word you're not allowed to say anymore, just Cleveland Indians. Just, I love...
A neo-Nazi prison tattoo, like that's... you must have loved American History X. That gets you in the fucking mood, doesn't it, Whitney?
Just a Cosby Show tattoo. I love bad tattoos. I love a bad tattoo on a man with his shit together now.
So you mean to tell me if Pookie has a tattoo on his leg right here that says party and watch and embrace that?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a fucking bad tattoo.
Yes.
That's my last brain cell right there. Specifically.
I love that. I think a lot of women are like, I hate bad tattoos, whatever. Let them remember their mistakes. You don't have to remind them of their mistakes. They're right there. And every time that you go, let me check your phone, and he's like, you're annoying. He can look down at that tattoo and be like, remember how dumb I used to be?
When he was a slutty frat boy.
Remember I used to date Trina?
Trina. There you go. Now you bite Trina's name.
And we tried to fight my mom.
Yeah.
I'm doing better, and they're grateful for you.
Whitney, thank you for coming.
I hope there's something usable in here.
Oh, there's so much shit in there.
Okay, good. I hope you're happy. I feel like this is what a podcast is. I always leave a podcast being like, was that anything? But like, it's just
It's a normal conversation.
two people kicking it.
You did. damn right.
I love you, dude.
I love you too.
This is gonna come off patronizing. I'm not gonna say I'm proud of you for getting famous or whatever.
Don't do that. I have mommy issues. I feel like you're grooming me right now.
Okay, grooming you.
I like that.
I'm not the only person in Hollywood that doesn't groom anyone. I don't groom myself. Look at my hair. So no, I'm proud of the people you've surrounded yourself with.
Thank you.
Because that makes or breaks you mentally, financially, everything. So you have amazing taste in humans.
That's right.
And by the way, the best thing to do is have dogs around humans. Because if you don't have good taste in humans, your dogs will tell you.
They definitely will.
So I'm glad that you have dogs
I
around.
have a little good time myself, I'd say. On that note, I hate to take up any more of your time.
I love you. That's what people from the South say when they want you to stop talking.
I don't want to take up any more of your time.
That was, by the way, that was like bless your heart adjacent.
That is bless your heart adjacent right there. Whitney, thank
I
you
love
for
you,
being
Mama.
here. I love you too.
I love you. I love you.
Thank
I love you.
for being here. Wasn't Whitney just such a peach? If you want more, go like, comment, subscribe to Talk Tuah with Haley Welch. Follow wherever you get your podcasts. While you're watching this, take a picture and tag me and tell me who you want next. Tag me and Talk Tuah, and I'll be sure to repost.